Thanks for joining us. My name is Shannon with Strategic Intervention Solutions. Today we're doing a video tutorial on how to play the game Deco.Slap. If you're new to us, our website is sis4teachers.org. You can also follow us via Facebook if you search Strategic Intervention Solutions. In this video, we're going to explain to you many different versions of how you can play the traditional game of slap that you learned as a child, however with deco dots, with getting kids to subitize. Let's check it out. This is the Deco.Slap game. It's a ton of fun, just like you played slap when you were a kid, slapjack, when you're kind of flipping the cards, when the jack comes up, you hit it. It's the same concept here, except for we want the students to be able to do it with subitizing. And so we want them to be able to quickly recognize that a quantity. So if I have students that are still in that 5-frame, not recognizing 5 completely without counting, then I would do this with that 5-frame deck. If I want it to be more organized and make it more in a structure for the 10-frame, then I would put it in with the 10-frame so kids can see it. And then you could decide with the dots and the deco dot green if you want to be able to do it with the star on his sneakers or without, depending on what quantity. I've decided in this video that I'm going to go ahead and use the full green deck, and we've picked out a focus number. The teacher calls out a focus number. The kids absolutely love this. They get a little wild when they play this game, but it's super fun. So they would flip the card, and then as soon as they see a 7, they're going to slap it before their friend. If you have a wild card that comes up, it's an automatic 7. So if you see a wild, you have to be quick to slap it before your partner would. In this game, if you accidentally slap it, and let's say it's 8 and you didn't subitize it correctly, then the other person's gonna win the pile of the deck. The object of this game is to be able to have the most cards by the time you get through the deck. So the kids are gonna start flipping, watching it carefully. It's really hard because some kids want to draw the card this way and then they're like, oh, I'm going to put that down. But the reality is they're already seeing it. So we really talk about either like flipping out so that no one else can see it, or you're going to turn it over right away without a delay. Otherwise, it's not fair to the partner that's doing it. Now this one is 7, so you'd want to hit it and get it on there. Now sometimes the kids get to it first or second, but that person who gets to it first is going to win that pile. So we're going to continue flipping. I got a wild, so I'm going to end up getting that part of it. This happens fast, and kids have to subitize fast. So that's 5 and then 2 more. So you can kind of get that done kind of quickly. You can call out any number that you want in a single number in this game, up to 10, but it's getting them to instantly recognize it and slap it first. The object of this game is to be able to have the most cards by the time you get through the deck. This game here is the Deco.Slap challenge. This can actually be quite a hard game. In fact, I play it with teachers a lot and they really struggle. So you really want to be careful with the kids on which deck you're picking and how complicated you're doing it. I'm doing it in the green deck, which is probably the hardest deck to show this in, just because we're going to be doing a combination that we're looking for, which means player 1 is going to flip their card, player 2 is going to flip their card, and then they're trying to find the total to be 7. So you really have to subitize quickly and be able to tell that partner. It might even work better if you wanted to do it in a nice framed card first, like the 5-frame or the 10-frame with the red or the yellow deck, just because it's much more friendlier to kids than having to subitize fast. So the idea is they count to 3, 1, 2, 3, flip. And if that total or sum of those two numbers equals 7, you get to hit it, just like in the regular game slap. If you hit it by accident and it's not total 7, then the other person wins the pile of cards. If a wild appears, it's the same idea, that you automatically hit it, and that's like an automatic 7. 1, 2, 3, flip. Knowing that that total here is 6 and 6, so that we would know that this quantity is way too high to total 7. Flip, flip. Now some kids are gonna not see this as the 7, or they might think it's less and just start to hit that when it's actually not, that's a total of 8. So flip, flip. The wild card goes, I get to keep that part of it. So I get both of those piles of deck. So the cards go pretty fast here as kids are looking at their wild. Here's another wild. As they're trying to find that total. Another option for this game is to also play like odd or even slap. So you could have the cards singly flip the way that we were doing it in the original version of slap, but if every time an odd number comes up you slap it, a super hard challenge would be to do an odd or even sum. So like every time I flip it, if the sum is odd or even, I mean looking at this, it's even, but kids have to really look at the subitizing and see that I need to make sure I know, that this is 10 over here and 6, so it can be evenly evenly divided. So if I called an odd sum, I wouldn't slap that one. But here it's 7s and 0, so you're going to want to hit it. So there's different options to play odd or even with the combination. You can do a combination call out, whatever that combination might be. Also knowing what combinations are going to come up most likely. If I have the highest number of 10, I might not want to pick something that's really high like 19 because it's really odd for there actually to be a 10 and a 9 that might come together, or an 8 and an 8 together. So make sure you're picking numbers that are focused numbers that will come up in slap. Thanks so much for joining us in the tutorial video for Deco.Slap. This is a fun game to use in your classroom. Your kids will get really riled up, but it's a great game to use to help them with subitizing and instant recognition of number quantity. If you haven't visited our website yet, make sure you check it out at sis4teachers.org. There's a ton of other tutorial videos that will help you in your classroom. I'm Shannon, the creator of Deco Dots, and I hope that you have a great time playing this game.
Without making a sound.